In my country there is problem, and that problem is YouTube. They take everybody money, they never give it back. Throw the news down the well.
Throw the news down the well.
Can't believe our content's free.
Can't believe our content's free.
You must do a news report.
You must do a news report.
Let's take a look at the big stories. Yes!
Oh, Borat in 2019.
Jesus Christ. First off, CM Punk has met with the WWE. Very nice. Former Intercontinental Champion denies he's heading back to WWE. Wah wah wee wah. And exciting news on this week's Raw and SmackDown. I like sex. Look at the news. What do you see? Another CM Punk story. Sorry, but it's actually quite an interesting one. Big developments here.
Yeah, you know, another day, another CM Punk story, but this is possibly the biggest CM Punk news we've had in years.
Totally. So it was revealed earlier this week that WWE Backstage would be a thing. It's the new FS1 show, it's Renee Young, and it's Booker T. And I can't wait to see Booker T back on our screens, that's for sure.
Ducky, quack, quack.
However, another man auditioned for this role. And that man's name is one Phil Brooks. It's CM Punk auditioned for this. Yeah, right? So, it's a WWE project, obviously. It's the Fox thing. This is crazy. So he flew to LA. He had an on-camera tryout with Renee Young. So he's done a screen test. It's a WWE project involving CM Punk.
When I did a little bit of reading up on it, there's a little bit of concern around the fact that he's currently promoting 2 films, so that if he was to get the job, he'd be all over the place for a little bit, but he would be, you know, having to come back to LA to do that. And at the same time, it's weirdly that when I was reading up, there was a lot of places reporting that he would be an employee of Fox, technically, not an employee of WWE, but
nobody's an employee of WWE.
But he'll be intrinsically linked to WWE there.
Yeah, of course.
And then we were talking about this earlier, and it's sort of like this idea of what if you put him in front of camera? Surely that's not a good idea.
It depends if he wants to wrestle again. You put him on that show, that's just going to increase fan appetite, the desire to see CM Punk back in a wrestling ring. And if he doesn't want to do that, I think it would be a bad move to put him on this show, because it's only going to, like, it's a cock tease, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess that this FS1 show is going to reach out to people that leave Fox Sports on in bars and in their houses, and they're going to see a guy that they know has been in UFC, or at least they can promote that he's been in UFC. They don't need to promote his record. They can, like, you know, they can use CM Punk's name to get some of these lapsed fans that maybe just checked out after he left.
Yeah, he mentioned at StarCast, StarCast 3, that he's more open than ever to talking to them. He said, if they want to call me, I'll talk.
He said everything's like in the past now. He just wants to
Meltzer reported this week that if he goes anywhere, it's going to be WWE, and that's an in-ring role.
But there was that weird sort of exchange between him and Cody where he was like, well, they haven't really made a concrete offer, and they were only texting stuff, and it was very weird. And then Cody was like, he's probably going back to WWE, and it was all a little bit like, ooh.
So, I mean, we're not going to sit here and talk about how much we'd like to see CM Punk come back.
That's obvious.
But he's a guy who could still make the WWE a tremendous amount of money. Come back for one more babyface run, merch.
4 matches every year in Saudi Arabia as we ramp up. Not the big 4, the super big 4.
The super big 4. So we'll obviously keep you updated. Interesting developments. Next up, a couple of days ago, PW Insider reported that former IC champion John Morrison, Jomo, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo,
Johnny Everything,
Johnny Impact, Johnny 5-Star. There were more. May be heading back to the WWE, and in fact he had signed a deal. That appears now to not be the case. So, John Morrison yesterday actually replied to the original tweet that went out a day late. He's not very hot on Twitter. And it just says, thanks for the heads up, PW Insider. Please let me know when I'm signed with AEW or Ring of Honor. So it looks like he's shooting this down. It doesn't definitely mean he's not going back.
I'd like to see him go back to either NXT for a bit or come out and interrupt Miz TV.
Yeah.
With Hogan and Flair and just...
Don't throw them in.
They're there anyway, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, you mean on this week's show? I thought you meant that John Morrison would be accompanied by Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair.
Have him come back out as like a big shock during the Miz TV segment.
Nice, yeah, I like that.
Turn him mega heel.
I'd like to see him down in NXT a lot, because I think he's still got a lot of value.
So much to give.
Yeah, totally. And I want to see him wrestle Johnny Gargano to see who gets the name Johnny Wrestling once and for all. Because he's been Johnny everything. He wants that. That's what he's coming for. But he's not.
Jonathan Sports Entertainment is what the has to be called.
I apologise. So, again, it's a bit of a shame because I would like to see him come back. This doesn't mean he's definitely not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, wrestlers have to protect these things publicly, so he might just be doing it to shoot it down and, keep the mysticism alive.
So tune in Monday, Friday, or Wednesday night to see if he'll pop up. God, there's a lot of wrestling. Next up, some very, very good news indeed regarding this week's season premieres of both Raw and SmackDown. This comes from the New York Post. The reporter there spoke to one Kevin Dunn, the executive producer, and Kevin Dunn has confirmed that there will be new sets. I want to get fisted. I want to see that bloody lovely big blue fist back. I want to see that. We'll talk about that a bit more in a second. New openings, so new intro videos, etc. New logos, we've seen those already. New graphics, new theme music. We've got a note on that. It's being reported that the songs are going to be Legendary by Skillet for Raw, and SmackDown will have Are You Ready by AC/DC. I don't know the songs.
The next bit.
Sorry. And most importantly of all, boom, 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 boom! Pyro is coming back. Apparently it's not just going to be opening pyro for the show. Superstars are going to get their pyro again. Brock Lesnar will no longer have to jump up there and no flames coming out of his cock. They'll be back. It's going to be
lasers. They said lasers
as well. Reach for the lasers. This is absolutely fantastic. We've been asking for it for a long time.
I'm just really, really, really worried that we're all getting my hopes up too much. We're going to get there and it's just going to be the WrestleMania 35 set.
No, I didn't mind the WrestleMania 35
really?
set. Yeah, I thought it was alright.
Both
minimalistic.
Both brands. Just one big screen.
I hope they have different sets.
A massive fist, and I want the callback to the oval screen, and I want
the spikes, the backlash.
Yeah.
That'd be
all
lovely.
The time.
There's so much.
They have to swing during entrances as well, so it's going to be exciting to watch them get to the ring. It's going to be like gladiators.
Oh, okay, so, it's been frustrating as wrestling fans because WWE have been turning over record profits for an awful long time now. Even with viewership down on their TV programs, they're making an absolute killing. And then they got rid of them. And there are certain guys that it just, their entrances look silly without pyro. Brock Lesnar is the one that comes to mind when he comes up. Batista, oh God, yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Wasn't it like 50 pyro things or 35? Whatever it was. So this is all fantastic news. Let us know in the comments what you want to see from Raw and SmackDown with regard to production. And finally, some more good news. And all of us here at Cultaholic would like to extend our congratulations to one Alexander Rusev, because he is now an American citizen.
Yeah, he took his little picture with his tiny little flag and everything.
So
it's awesome. It's really cool.
So he emigrated to the United States from Bulgaria 14 years ago.
He lived in his van outside the training facility. That's how much he cared.
Is that right?
He had nothing to his name. He lived in his van outside. I think it was Rikishi that trained him.
I didn't know that.
He lived in that van every day until he could afford somewhere to live.
He's on a run of good luck.
First guy in, last guy out every day.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Good lad. Yeah, he's on a run of good luck at the moment.
Yeah.
He's getting a big push. He's beating EC3.
He's discovered that he can pull off a rocking mustache.
Yeah, he's got the new look. He's a US citizen. He's got a really attractive wife.
Kanellis.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. So yeah, congratulations to Rusev. I would be a bit worried about this because this is a man who has disrespected the US flag in flag matches with John Cena.
Yeah.
He rode into WrestleMania on a tank with the bloody.
Maybe he's gonna come back next week with a huge flag, and it'll be a big old, like.
What, a big US flag or a big Bulgarian?
A big American flag. Yeah,
I like that.
Maybe. Or he's just waving it around, Iron Sheik style.
Have a good weekend, guys. See you soon.
Also, just in case you missed it at the end of this week's NXT graded video, we're having a little bit of a shake-up. Because there's more wrestling and more ground to cover, things are gonna change a little bit moving forwards. On Tuesdays, you'll have Adam Pacitti for Raw. On Thursdays, you'll have Tom for NXT. And on the same day, you'll have Jack for AEW. And on Saturdays, you'll have me for SmackDown. Thanks for watching and have a lovely weekend.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.